Hey, Schaefer.
What's going on, Rob?
Man, someone told me I need to dial it back.
Dial it back. I swear to you, someone just told me I need to crank up my speed some.
Who's right?
Oh man,
Maybe they're
I
both
don't know.
right.
I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but we can figure it out on this episode of Open Mat Chronicles.
All right, you guys, welcome back once again. Open Mat Chronicles 1865. Rod here, coming back at you guys every week. And as always, we got my man Schaefer up in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's happening, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Welcome back once again. We got Open Mat Chronicles. Check it out, man.
Episode.
All right, it's a fun-filled episode. This is actually going to be an introspective episode because we were sitting here, we're chopping it up, and we were talking about like where our head is at with how we roll with jiu-jitsu as a whole. And we've been doing it for a while and love it to death. And I know that sometimes when I'm rolling, I kind of just get into that little flow state, and I might not be taking it as seriously, maybe as I should, but I can at least say I'm not taking it as seriously as I used to.
Or as you could.
Or as I could, right? I was trying not to rhyme too much. So, all right. Let me throw this out to you.
Put some
right?
context to it.
Yeah, for sure. So when I roll, I kind of roll against everybody the same way. Doesn't matter if you're, a white belt with a couple of stripes or a black belt with a couple of stripes. I kind of attack the rolls with that. Hey, this is just a hobbyist. I'm just having a good time. I'm not trying to exert dominance over you or anything like that. I'm not in a death match, right? We always say I'm not trying to be the king of practice.
Yeah.
But I was talking to another black belt, and he was like, yo, man. He's like, I know you can do more. He's like, but you seem like you just dial back so much. And I'm like, yeah, man, because it's just fun for me, and I don't want to take it so seriously that that I go past that 70%. The hypothetical, theoretical 70% we always talk about. I try to really live there, man. But I think I might sometimes be doing myself a disservice. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I feel you. I think there's a lot to unpack with that because I know who you're talking about. So I'm thinking, okay, so you dialing it back, I kind of like that, though, because think of it this way. Let's just say we changed your whole vibe and you just went out there just trying to maul everybody. Like, you wouldn't have a lot of people want to roll with you, number one, right?
Right.
You'd have less people to roll with. You might get injured more because that's going to lead to, more, I guess, a higher likelihood of sustaining an injury.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it going to be fun, too? Do you really like fighting that much every single – like, here's the thing, too. I think that is fun when you're younger. That's fun, right? Because your body heals good. You have more energy. You have more – your testosterone's through the roof. You're good, dude. You just want to fight. But as you get older, I think some of those things, like, start dialing back a little bit as they should. You're
kind of just in chill mode.
You're kind of in chill mode. And I think it's the way of the body protecting itself. That's why me personally – this is personal. I'm not judgmental or anything. I personally am not a big proponent of the TRT at this point for me because I think the body designs everything to work together.
So like where it starts tapering off.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that because if I had testosterone levels of a 19-year-old, but I'm in a 61-year-old body, what kind of outcome is that going to bring, right?
Gotcha.
It's not going to be good. So it's not meant to do that. I don't think the body's designed for that.
Right.
I just think this for me personally. Now, ask me in 5 years, I might say, yeah, I'm on it now.
Right.
Enough.
And then you're like, oh, man.
It went too low.
So now
mine's still it was like 550, though. It's still not bad
you're still good, dude.
For a guy my age.
You're right. Like, if you
natural.
had like this 19-year-old's aggression.
Bro, you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to have a 19-year-old aggression. That's why 19-year-olds have 19-year-old aggression. That 19-year-old will not have that aggression when he's older.
For sure.
Right?
Sure. Well, dude, I was just looking at this thing with the Meow brothers. So that one guy, like, it's wrecked his body because he's been like balls to the wall nonstop, like to the point where he's freaking deformed. Like
It looked horrible.
every roll seems like it's serious. Well, maybe not every roll, but every time, when he's competing, obviously he's going all in. But his body is wrecked, dude. And I don't ever want to be that wrecked. And this guy's younger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like significantly younger than me. Yeah. And
oh my God, I imagine when he's like 50.
Early to mid 30s.
He's 30s, he's
Dude,
like that?
and he's wrecked.
Oh, he's done.
So I would never want that to be my fate. I want to keep on rolling. I want to keep on having fun. But how competitive should I be? Like, what the hell? Like, do I need to kick it up? Like, I've had several people. They're like,
well, it depends on the person.
Fight harder.
Yeah, no, I know the guy you're talking about. He's really good too. So for him, you probably need to kick it up for him because he wants a more challenging role.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, cause when I roll with that same guy, I can tell he's pretty playful and he's not, and basically he dials it back to make it a more fun and challenging role for me. Okay. He's giving me the appropriate level of resistance, right? Because I know that if he went full bore, I wouldn't be able to do anything to him, man. He's good, and he's,
Yeah. See,
so it's like, in drag racing they have this thing called bracket racing where you have two cars, right? Okay. Obviously, if you just leave it to like whichever car's faster, okay, then that guy is going to always win. It's boring, right? So they'll take the car that, let's say it does a quarter mile in 10 seconds, right? And your car does it in 12 seconds. It's not as quick.
Okay.
The guy at the 10 seconds, when the light turns green, they make him wait 2 seconds.
So they're getting handicapped.
They're getting handicapped. But then it comes down to like driving, like, okay, it's a technique, like who has the better reflexes, who can handle the car better, because then it basically makes it even. And they're like, so I'm saying it makes it to where it's more exciting. It's like, okay, I got it. Now it's kind of
right. It's normalizing it. It makes it more competitive.
More competitive. So
like he's equal across the board.
He's dialing it back to make it more competitive for me. Now with you, he probably is not want to dial it back like that. For him, it's a chance for him to get a good tough roll in, right? So yes, I understand that, and I have to agree on that side.
See, me too. But all right, so I understand, right? I understand why someone would want that. They're like, hey, man, this is one of the higher black belts we have here. He's been training longer, blah, blah, blah. Talk about me. And I want to see what he's got.
Yeah.
And that's not just him. That's other people too, right? Because even some of the lower belts, like some of those hungry-ass purple belts and the brown belts, like, they're ready to go balls to the wall. And I might be coming in, and I'm like, dude, I've had meetings all day, and now I'm just here, and I really legit just want to teach this class, and then I want to just, do 4, 5, 6 rolls, but I want them to be kind of chill.
You know what Harold, you're describing? Bro, we're just getting old. I never said this even when I started. When I started, we rolled like deathmatch. That's why everybody teases me, light roll rod.
Yeah, microwave, exactly.
Come on, bro, let's flow. Because I went balls to wall every single roll. Good, bad, or indifferent.
And I guess I did. I had that. I was that. But now I'm just like,
party's got to end sometime.
Enjoy just flow rolling, right? And now, again, even if it's a purple belt, right? And the boom, 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 he's going. And I'm like, all right, well, he passed my guard. Because I wasn't fighting to keep my guard like my life depended on it. And I don't know. Remember I told you a long time ago, I told everybody, I originally took jiu-jitsu for self-defense. I think my self-defense jiu-jitsu is on point. Self-defense in jiu-jitsu is always how would you do against an untrained attacker? I think an untrained attacker would have a bad day. You know what I mean? I think they would have your average untrained attacker is just going to have a bad day with it. So then it becomes jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu.
But I've never really been into the sports aspect of jiu-jitsu. And that's exactly what jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu is.
That's all it is now, because where else can you take it? I mean, you have to be into the sport aspect of it because you're not fighting anybody except the first day white belt that knows nothing. Even after that first day, he's going to know a little something. He'll at least anticipate something. So you'd have a very small, pool of people to, practice your jiu-jitsu on.
So how do I freaking motivate myself, or should I even motivate myself to change what I enjoy about jiu-jitsu, though? Because what happens when if they can get me to start looking at it like, oh, man, you know what? You got to fight harder. You got to do better. You got to get more people. You got to, I got to tap more people?
No, I wouldn't say it's a blanket statement. You have to fight harder because then you're applying that to everybody, the whole school. That means you're fighting harder against every single person.
Right.
But I mean against maybe specific people. You have to fight harder against. I mean, I have that too. I have my little select guys that I try to go harder against.
Right.
That group of people is just getting smaller as I get older. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's all that's happening. But I know what you're saying. Like, you don't really care as much. It's not like your desire is to win this role, because that's like that would be more of a competition at that point, right?
Yes, and I'm
have to go
not doing competitions.
Yeah.
I'm not doing competitions outside of the school. So I'm damn sure not trying to do competitions inside of the school.
But the nature of it, the sport in and of itself, requires one guy to win and one guy to lose. Okay. So you still want to win. So that's what makes it that's kind of muddies the waters a little bit.
It does muddy the waters.
You're easily drifting into like a nice fun role into a competition role, because like the objective is to win, and right?
Yeah. And
how hard do you want to win? I don't want to win that bad anymore. That's
there
right.
You go,
bro. I had the same thing. Who said that to me was Carl said that when I rode with Carl. He goes, "Yeah, you need to just be a little bit more assertive. Like when you first start,
right? You
came out kind of strong, but then you kind of like kind of chill." And I'm like,
"You just want to
like Carl, I do that by design, bro. I'm freaking old." I started laughing, but I mean, he's right though. He's 100% right, because if I go out and I go super focused on a goal,
right,
then I'll do much better. But
sure.
I can't do that every role. Number one,
that also just exponentially increases the chance of you hurting yourself
100%,
or somebody else.
100%.
And that's the other thing, right? I've been hurt way too many times, right? It's not like, oh, I've been hurt so many times by jiu-jitsu. But really, I mean, we all have, right? We catch injuries and all this. I don't like being injured. I don't like being out from
terrible.
all the other stuff I want to do. And I'm like, damn it, man. If I fight, and especially if I fight certain people really, really hard, and then they're fighting me really, really hard, it's that escalation of force. It's just like, okay, well, boom, he sped it up, so I got to speed up. And he's got to speed up, and I got to speed up, because that 70%, it's in your mind. What you're thinking you're doing at 70%, it might not really be 70%. Especially if you're like, I gotta escape this move, or I gotta escape this, or the only way I'm gonna catch him is if I dial it up real fast, because especially black belts, you can't really catch them just on some slow moving, you're not going to put them in a position slowly that they can't figure out. And then now, like I said, now it's balls to the wall. Now we're fighting.
But the other side of it is almost like a trap. You could fall into it, because I will say this, after he told me that, I did start training a little bit harder, and I started getting way more, I was more subs, more positions. I was doing a lot better. And he even said, he goes, what's going to help you? Not so much, you don't need to learn new stuff. You just need to like turn up what you got, basically. he goes, and that's actually harder to do.
It is.
Because it's all up here. You know what I mean? And I actually did do it. And I applied. I'm like, I'm going to try it. And I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good, man. It's fun.
Full disclosure, so am I. But because remember, it was a couple of weeks ago when he brought it up, and he was just like, he's like, dude, Harold, man, he's like, you should probably like try to kick it up a little bit. He's like, because I know it's like certain stuff you should never be getting caught in this, and you should be able to get this and get that. And then the following week, I was like, fine, you know what? I'm gonna kick it up, and I did, and I'm like, okay. I'm getting more people. I'm tapping more people. But I'm like, dude, but now like I'm working harder than I want to. I'm focusing more on it than I wanted to. It's not necessarily as enjoyable.
I'll tell you what is cool, though. It's cool to see you rolling with like a newer white belt, and then the white belt arm bars you.
Right.
Because you weren't trying. You know what I mean? And then
I'm working
he's
with
probably
that.
thinking, oh, my God, I got it. But I look at that, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that more. You know what I mean? Like, just have zero ego and not care at all. I'm getting better at that, but for me, sometimes I guess if I'm trying really hard and I get tapped, then it bothers me. But in other times, if I'm not trying that hard, it's like, then it doesn't bother me. I guess it depends on who it is, who the person is, right?
Now, man,
but I like that quality about you, though. I really like that, and I've gotten a lot better just from kind of observing the way that you roll.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think I would not lose that quality at all, man, because most people are not that. Most people are like, I'm going to win every freaking roll. Like, that's the mentality. I'm going to win.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Maybe it's like the teacher in me. I just like, I'm okay with other people learning, even at my quote unquote expense. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna go home and worry about it. And go, oh, I can't believe he got me. Like I don't know
No, you can't worry about that.
I've ever gone home feeling that. Or I guess maybe
I
must have.
I have.
must
You know,
have.
bro. I guarantee you have, man. Everybody has. You tell me. I guarantee you out there, man. When you get subbed, and you know you were trying, you go home at night, you can't sleep. Like, oh, I got armbar, man. You know you have.
Okay.
Don't lie.
I don't know, man. I can't remember a time. I guess, right? How about that? Like, all right, you guys out there, what's your perspective on it? Like, when you're rolling, let's say you do get caught, right? Let's say it was a legit catch, and you were trying, and you did not want to get caught. Do you ever dwell on it? Like, does that haunt you in your sleep?
Yes, bro. That's how I know if something bothers me. Like, if I get submitted, and I'm thinking about it, like that night before I'm going to bed, like that bothered me, dude. That hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Okay.
I'm not saying I've gotten submitted plenty of times, but that hasn't happened to where it's actually bothered me. Right. So I've kind of grown a lot in that area, but it still can a little bit.
See, and that's what I'm saying.
Depends on who the person is. Maybe if I don't know the guy, like let's say I didn't know the guy, right, and he was like a lower belt, and he just caught me, wham, dude, that would bother me. I think it would.
But see,
I think it would bother me.
But then would it bother you?
No, it bothered me, bro. I want to be able to sleep. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, would you be able to like kind of dissect the situation real quick and go, well, how hard was I fighting when I got caught, or like?
Well, now I do. Now, so for me, like if that happened now, let's say I'm rolling some blue belt, purple belt, whatever, right, and he submits me in something. It wouldn't bother me because I'm like, I know in my mindset I probably wasn't going that hard. He's a blue belt. I'm not training that hard.
Okay.
So he would probably just surprise me. He was better than I thought. I didn't expect that. And he got the position. He got the number. Cool. He's pretty good.
I got you on
now,
that
next
one.
time, I won't let him get that
Right.
situation. That wouldn't bother me.
So if you came back again and go, hold on, I remember this guy. Let me.
Oh, if he got me a second time?
No, wait.
Oh, I ain't sleeping for a week. I'm not sleeping.
Because then you're like, something's wrong, right?
Dude. The world's not right. No. Now, if it's a black belt or even an upper belt, a good guy, really a good competitor, guy, a brown belt, even a really good purple belt, right?
Yeah.
Well, purple still, you're not really going that. It's not like you're not going like this is on, dude. Right?
It's not a death.
Brown belt, you kind of are. Brown belt is for me is when you're like,
well, hell, freaking Halen came through the other day, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna roll with Halen. I was like, let me see how he's doing, and we appreciate it. He came through, Stefan came through, and I'm like, all right, let me jump on here with him, and we're going, and I'm like, okay, this is good, and it felt like a really good match.
Yeah.
And neither of us got caught. I don't think. No, nobody got caught. But dude, it was work, right? Like it was work, and I'm like, damn,
sucks.
Yeah, it always sucks. But could I have kicked it up more?
Yeah.
But then,
like you would have approached the whole role differently. If Halen was a black belt, it would be a different role. Like that's the part that I find very, very challenging to separate. Is that I don't care how good you are, if you're wearing a certain colored belt, just psychologically in your mind, you're not going to your full, you know what I mean, your full potential. If the guy's wearing a colored belt, you're still not going that. You're like,
all right, I feel you.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know.
It could be, dude. I don't know. Like I think this is all individual to a degree, right? It's like how do you handle your ego, right? How do you handle your ego? I don't know. Can you dial your ego down so much that it's detrimental though? Like, and that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, damn, did I stuff my ego so far down that I don't care? Because I think I care.
No, I don't think so.
I think I care, but it's like, but it doesn't really faze me if I'm like, all right.
I think it might be like a little gentle reminder to turn it back up. Well, that's what I think I got from Carl's, take on it.
Right.
It was nice input, and I'm like, maybe I've been too chill. Maybe I do need to crank, because I'm not like old and decrepit. So like, there's no reason I need to go that slow. I could go a little bit faster, right? So I start cranking up, and I had better rolls, man. I had way better rolls since that day, and it didn't bother me. Like when Carl caught me a couple of times, I didn't care. I was like, he's another black belt, so what?
So then, can you kick it up too much, and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm going too far the other way. The pendulum has swung so far the other way that now microwave is back.
Microwave comes back. Yeah.
It's like, or do you not even feel how far you swung in the opposite direction?
You don't know
you end up
sometimes.
getting hurt or you hurt someone else because now you're just being too aggressive.
No, I think it goes the other way. You start chilling too much.
You think
and I
so?
think that's what happened to me. I started going too slow. You know, that's what I think.
Well, that's what people are telling me for me
Yeah.
now. They're saying
I think
they're thinking I swung too far to the
And you might, because it's you just don't notice it really. You don't notice it because it's so gradual.
And I guess the other part of it is
Because I put
if you
zero
don't-
resistance. Like I'd slap hands, and if I had the gi on, I'm like, here you go. Here's my hands.
I'm not
Go give both your grip.
I'm trying not to do that.
Okay, let's go.
I don't want
Like,
to. I never want to be the guy who just gets into the Burt Reynolds.
Right in the
pose.
chair. But the flip side is, you don't want to start in your hand freaking ripping keys off like you can't even. Like part of rolling is dealing with grips and not stopping every single grip if it's gi, right?
Yeah.
Let him get the grip, not like that.
Right. Don't let him
but
get
you
the
know what
grip
I mean?
so that he can then rip
Yeah.
you into an armbar real quick.
But I don't think you should fight it every step of the way
you're
unless
like,
you're
"Don't touch
competing. Competing, then don't let anyone get your grips, right? But if you're just training in here, like I don't see why you shouldn't. That's why I think it's silly when with the small gis where you can't grip. It's like, dude, that's silly because part of training is learning how
Oh,
to
you're
deal
talking
with
about
that.
like the short- the
Learning how to
cheater
deal
gis.
with somebody grabbing you,
Yes.
instead of handicapping it.
Oh man.
So
I don't know. See, I might start.
just
I might
just wear a
keep
rash
on-
guard. You ain't gonna worry about that crap.
I'm thinking I might just have to keep on, maybe just ratchet it up slowly and see where I shake out.
Ratchet up with certain people though.
Yes, and it's got to be
Not
with
with
certain people, right? It can't be with everybody. Damn, and then I got to make sure. See, then that's going to have me thinking too much on the freaking mat.
I know,
'cause
dude.
and that's the other problem. I don't want this to be a fucking college course.
I know, I
Like,
know,
I don't
I know.
want this to be like, oh, well, let me put my theory to practice today and this and that. No, I just want to teach. Then I want to roll, and I want to chill and laugh and have fun and answer questions if people want to know what's up.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. See, we said, though, if it becomes something that's not enjoyable, then how much longer do you have left in it? You know? And, like,
Well,
right
and
now, this is enjoyable to me.
Well, yeah, and I think it's enjoyable to a lot of people when you're younger because your body doesn't, it's not affected by those tough rolls. Like
True.
You want to go harder, faster, for longer rolls. Let's do a 10-minute roll, full bore. Like it's fine, right?
Right?
But as you get older, that changes a little bit, so it's not as fun. So it's become more of a challenge to do that.
Yeah.
So now you just end up sitting on a podcast talking about if you should dial it up. Dial it back.
We're like, yeah, those who don't teach or have a
Yeah.
podcast. But we
Right.
do. We actually still get out there. We still do the damn thing. Man.
We do it, man. We do. I still roll good. I still roll hard sometimes.
I think I do sometimes. Oh man, yeah. You guys tell us, man. Like, what's your philosophy on this? See, because I think it's going to be a different philosophy, like you mentioned, between the ages, between the belt levels. Like someone who's fresher into it, they're hungry. They want to like really get to the pinnacle of where they can be. So they're going to come at this way more intensely.
Oh yeah.
And then, so what happens if you are one of the guys who've been doing this for a while? It's like, do you feel yourself slowing down? Not because you can't do it, just because you're just not asserting yourself as much? Shit. I don't know, man. I guess I'm going to have to ratchet it up. I'm going to have to ratchet it up. I'm gonna go
Crank
the
it up
next
a little
few
bit, yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
The next few weeks, like, this will be my experiment. I'm going to just keep on trying to bring more intensity, and I'll see, and I'll try to avoid getting hurt, because that's going to piss me off, dude.
Because we had one guy that I haven't seen him in a long time, but he would kind of just lay there when you rolled, and he just said like it was very light with the pressure, and it was so light. It was just like
You're like, damn, are you
nothing.
even doing anything?
Like yeah, like dude, come on, man.
So I'm not that guy.
No, you're not that at all. No. Like it's not even rolling at that point.
Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. Like, I don't go to a point where people don't feel threatened.
Yeah, I
Like,
wanna feel
okay,
threatened.
So here you go. Let me clarify that, right? I might be rolling light. I might be rolling smoothly, but by no means is it like, oh, Harold can't catch me. He can't. Like, I don't feel, any danger. I put people in danger, like, regularly. I make sure
Yeah.
that people feel extremely uncomfortable when they're rolling with me.
I'm trying to think of how it is to roll. When I roll with you, it's like, yeah, you don't put a lot of like smash down heavy pressure.
Right.
Like you're trying so hard to pass the guard. Like your life depends on it. You're trying
Nah,
to
I play
freaking
it
body
tiny.
lock everything.
Yeah, right.
You're
I
not.
play
That's
a-
not you.
No.
But you keep steady pressure a moderate amount of pressure.
Right.
But you have to watch out for just like getting a limb snatched.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
right. Or like a sneaky all of a sudden, oh man, let him arm.
Right.
One,
I play a lot of timing games.
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot of timing and a lot of sweeps. Like your game is a
Exactly.
lot of sweeps, man.
Just chill,
but
man.
I always walk away after rolling with you. It's like, yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, it was like it was.
Cool.
I don't feel beat up or anything, or like.
You shouldn't, and
Yeah.
that's my
It's-
point.
yeah.
But could you imagine if we were both going like, no, so one must die? Like, then it becomes a different fight because then we're trying to maul each other and shit. I don't want that because if you're going balls to wall, attacking my legs, I'm trying my best to avoid heel hooks and K guards and all this other crazy shit. And I'm like, dude, that would be exhausting. That would be freaking exhausting if you just like went full bore after me.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
I know
I
what
had
you're
to
saying.
go full bore to try to defend.
Yeah. Man, it's not fun.
Yeah, that's when the shit's not
Maybe
fun.
maybe it is fun when you're younger, though, right? That's what I'm saying. I think it is.
Yes, okay.
I think it's just fun.
So that's what we're asking you guys,
Yeah, I
right?
think that's what it is. We're old.
Is it more fun because you're just starting, or maybe you're just like 4, 5, 6 years in, and you're like, yeah, man, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And then you go, it's like, damn, my back and my neck.
If you could do all that, if you could roll as hard as you wanted to with no recourse, like no negative repercussions, like, bro, I'd be going balls to
Yes,
walls
all right.
every single roll.
I think you're right.
And that's what we're describing, a guy in his 20s.
I think you're right. Right.
Right.
Because, yeah, if
It's
it was
it's
just
nothing
like,
personal. That's just all they know.
you're like
look at
playing the video games where you put in the you don't play video games, but you put in this invincibility code where you never get tired, you never get hurt, you never slow
yeah.
down, and you get to fight at your full speed, full potential, nonstop. Yeah, I guess then maybe I would. But then hell, that would be boring though, because then you're like, oh, I can go forever. Like that's the fucking bane of my existence with these wrestlers too,
Yeah.
because apparently wrestlers just have Energizer
Gas
fucking
tanks,
bunny
man.
energy. Like they don't stop, dude.
They don't stop,
slow
man.
down.
Just the way they train too. They train so aggressively. Like, it's that wrestling is predicated on like explosiveness,
Yes.
speed, dynamics,
And that's the
mobility, and
opposite.
jiu-jitsu is the opposite
that's
of
the
that.
kryptonite to the way
Yeah.
I fight. Because I'm just like, all right, man, I'll get this. Oh, got him. Slid into this move.
Yeah.
But if
But I would say
just-
jiu-jitsu is turning more like that.
yeah, it is. Well, because
we get a lot of
the
wrestlers.
athleticism.
Yeah.
It becomes more of an athletic endeavor. And my athleticism is all right. You know what I mean? Like we say deceptively athletic.
Yeah.
But I'm not like some freaking
Rhetorical brother.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near, dude. I can go, but if I try to pull a wrestler into something and I don't hit it fast and hard, they'll hit it fast and hard to get out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right. Like I can either take offense and say, now I must kick it up, or I can just go, eh. But then if I go, eh, then they start going, oh, well, can he even get me? And I'm like, shit, dude. Oh, man.
That's why a lot of rolls, like if you're just feeling like that, maybe I just roll just to just play more defensive. If it's like a younger guy or something,
Yeah.
like I'm not really trying to get any subs or anything. Especially depending if I'm not feeling good that day or whatever.
Right.
I'll just roll like you're just not going to catch me. You ain't going to tap me, and I'm just going to play defense.
Right. Yeah. I usually play a lot of defense. I do.
Yeah.
I let people work.
But I think it is easy to kind of slide into a mental trap to where
You're just too
you're kind of
complacent.
living in that space too long. Yeah.
Shit.
And you got to go talk to Carl.
I know. Maybe I need to get pep talks.
He's our therapist. Shout out to Carl.
Shout out to the jujitsu therapist. Hell yeah. Damn it. See, and then I guess this also kind of comes into play when we were talking about just like how much effort do you want to put into either things you're not really good at or things that you just don't really want to do? Because that brings us to like you and the gi, right? You got this love-hate with the freaking gi. I think it's starting to be more of a hate than a love. It's like how much energy do you want to put into it?
I just don't see
if
like
you're not enjoying it.
Yeah, because here's the thing: I hear all these guys. Oh, you should do. Oh, I train both. You should do both. Why? Why they act like there's some objective truth to where like you should be good at both. Why?
Okay.
Why should you be good at both?
Only if you complete in both.
Yeah, I mean, like I would probably say that Gordon Ryan's probably okay in gi. He's no Gordon Ryan no gi version of him. That's for sure. He's probably bro. I guarantee you, like Buchecha would probably smash on him in a gi.
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So he's not the same Gordon Ryan, and he doesn't care. Like what pays his bills is no gi.
Right.
Most of the the higher paid matches now, all of them are going to be no gi anyway.
Sure.
I don't really see how the gi is hanging on. I think it's hanging on because no, I'm just being honest. I think it's hanging on like depending on where you are geographically. Like in this area here, there's a lot of gi guys because
Super gi.
they all came up, like in Gus's era
Yeah.
and who's the other guy? I can't remember.
Casio and all
Casio,
those guys.
all those guys. They're all gi guys, right? So a lot of these guys, in some way, shape, or form, got their black belt through that lineage. So they're still like, a couple generations away from that, and they're heavily influenced by the gi. So that's what they know, and they like it, and they're going to keep it going on.
Right.
Just gi. But you go to another area, it's going to be more no gi.
For sure.
But in general, if you look at it in general, more no gi is going to be more popular right now. And there's reasons for that. There's no money in gi, really. It's not as much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not as much at all.
And it's a more enjoyable match to watch. Like
no-gi
the
is.
visuals. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, gi
no-gi
matches
is
are
way more
boring to
enjoyable
watch.
to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're going to be hating on me now. I hate you, Open Mat Chronicles. You hate the gi. You hate the gi. We hate you.
I don't hate the gi. I love
No,
the
I don't
gi.
hate the gi.
I do. I see, and this is it's like, which one of your kids do you love? I love you both the same. You're equal to me. And that's true, actually, for me. I don't know that I like one better than the other. Like when I come in, like this week, it's all no gi. I'm gonna have a great time. I enjoy no gi. Last week was all gi. I enjoyed it. Like I have no problem with either one. Damn. Well, you guys let us know what you think, man, because this was, like I said, this was just an introspective look on where our head is on some of this.
How you roll.
Yeah.
Do you like the gi? We need to do a whole episode. We've done it before.
We
but
had the gi versus no gi, I think.
Yeah, but times change. We might have done that like a year and a half ago, I think,
true.
right?
That's true. We might have to. And we
it's
might
not
have
getting
to pick other people's brains.
And here's the thing, though. Think about this. During that past year and a half when we did that first episode,
right?
It's not like the gi made this huge resurgence and like it hasn't grown at all. If anything, it's dwindling
less.
more. There's more schools are doing more no gi now. Yeah. Like I remember even go back 5 years, you'd be hard pressed to find a school that might have even done gi at all. They might have said, okay, I'll do like one. We got 2 days relegated to the gi. Right. But now you find schools that are definitely putting a lot of gi into their curriculum.
Yeah. Well, like I say, out in California for sure.
Oh, yeah.
California for sure. Dude, you know who I just saw in the gi recently? It was pretty damn funny. Quentin Rampage Jackson. I saw this video. I think he's like a blue belt. I think he's like a blue belt. Anyway,
it's a novelty.
He got a guy. They were working on guard passes, so he was doing a standing guard pass, and so Rampage grabs a guy's legs, right, and he kind of looks to the left, looks to the right, and he acts like he's about to pass. But then he stood up. And he just started spinning the guy around in circles by his legs. Like he had him like floating off the ground. And he was just spinning him around, spinning around. Then he put him back down and he worked on his pass. I was like, that's probably a pretty funny pass too. I might try that.
It's pretty good.
Just like you try to pass a guy, just pop up like into a deadlift position, grab him by his freaking pant legs, spin him around in circle, put him down and then pass because he's dizzy. That's my new shit.
When the gi was cool? Okay, this is going to sound weird.
When was the gi cool?
So the gi was... It was mysterious. You got to go way back. I'm talking about
or UFC
90s.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a Hollywood, comparison.
Okay.
Think of Steven Seagal. And I'm not a Steven Seagal fan, but I'm just using him as an example. Mm-hmm. Okay. Steven Seagal, you'd see him when he was in his prime. He's wearing his little jeans, little tight jeans, little leather jacket, beating everybody up. Wow, man. But then every now and then in the movie, it would do this little clip of him, 10 years earlier. He's in his full kimono, doing all his things, right? And it'd be like, that was kind of cool because here's this dude wearing just jeans and it's like a jacket, but he's really this. Right, he's really this martial arts guy and this traditional formal uniform that we don't really know that, but that's a part of who he is. So it was very mysterious.
I like that.
Yeah, and see, when I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I kind of looked at it like that. I was like, this is so cool because people don't know that I really have this uniform that I put on.
So, no shit, right?
Right? You follow me?
I do follow you because I'm thinking about this. So, as I was training and whatnot, I remember, there was a lot of gi, right? But I was outside of the gi and had some beef. I didn't have beef, but beef followed me, and I was like a couple guys talking shit. in the bathroom, and the one dude was like, it was cold. It's in North Jersey, so it's cold. You're rocking like jackets, like big jackets, and he's up in my face. He kind of grabbed me, and
You never told me this story.
no, I never did because I never really thought about this, right? But it was like instant. Gi grips on his jacket.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude.
Pulled
Yeah.
forward,
Oh,
moved
yeah.
backwards, kind of like dragged him out of the way.
You live in New Jersey, you better be doing gi. It's gonna be worse clothes out there.
But I was like, but I used the jacket like a gi. So it was like you're kind of saying, normally he trains like this, but when he's not wearing his kimono, he's still dangerous.
Yeah.
I was like, marked for death. Hell yeah.
And I felt like that when I started doing jiu-jitsu, but then after a while, like years later, it just seemed to kind of go away because so many people started training. The gi lost its mystique to me a little bit.
Right.
It just started seeming like this. Now it seems like this antiquated garb that you have to wear to.
It's like your formal wear.
Yeah, it's like a formal wear basically, and I don't know.
Damn. Well,
But I get it. Look,
don't stop the gi.
No. I'm not going to stop it. Look, if you like the gi, that's cool, dude. Because I don't have anything against it. Just for me personally, I'm at an age in my life where I'm going to train the way I want to train.
Hell
right?
yeah.
I've already put those years in doing,
100%.
getting my black belt in the gi, doing all that stuff.
100%.
If I just like one more, you do the one that you like.
That's true.
I'm not overthinking it.
And I also look like this, right? I'll be damned. This is for anybody. I'll be damned if you're going to pay money to do some shit you don't like. That doesn't make sense to me.
And see, that goes back to when
That's
people say,
insanity.
well, you should do both. They always say you should do both. Like, what is that statement predicated on?
There
You mean
should. There
you
should
should
be
do
no
like
should, right?
there's a standard. There's like this objective moral standard that's up here that you have to try to adhere to the standard. So in order to adhere to it, you have to do both. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do you have to do anything? Now, that statement would make sense if we were put some structure to it. Let's say we were going to a war.
Yes.
And we were in some military, some
You
military
need that
unit,
uniformity.
and like, well, you have to do both because you might be in this scenario, so you have to do both. That's an objectively true statement.
Understood.
Right? Without that umbrella there taken away, why do I need to do both?
Facts. And not only
Just-
that,
why?
if
It makes
you
no
were
sense.
in that other situation, you're not paying to do it.
Exactly.
They're either paying you or forcing you to do something.
Exactly.
So then it's different, right? Shit.
I'm
We ain't
rebelling.
solved shit.
Now I'm going to rebel against you. Anti-gi, let's protest. Burn all
I'm
the
not
gis.
going to be anti-gi
No, I'm just joking, I'm just
because
joking.
I still think jiu-jitsu is a martial art, and I think martial art requires the tradition.
I think it does. I would agree with you on that, and I think the gi also invokes a lot of the tradition.
Yes.
Right. With the look at my classes. I still do the warm ups. I do like the 3 lines, the shrimps, and all that. Sometimes we do situational drilling, but a lot of the stuff I do, it's that traditional stuff because I came up
100%.
under that. I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool though. I still like, even though it's up to the no gi class, I like to kind of throw some of that tradition in.
Right. Hell, it's like little simple stuff, right? I mean, this is throwback and shout out to freaking Dave Henson, right? We were talking about tradition in martial arts and in jiu-jitsu. Had a young lady, came into class, saying hi to everybody. Well, what's up, professor, blah, 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 blah. Came to me before Gus. I didn't like cause an issue or no shit like that. But I pulled her aside after, and I did say, hey, listen. In the
Ever do that again?
right? in the future, I was like, you go down the rank order. Like you go talk to the head instructor. You
should have went. I turned
greet
on.
the
That
head
was-
instructor first before you go to any other. Before you go to any other.
Yeah.
Not that it's like even
It's a
big
little
deal,
education.
but it's just like one of them little.
I do that too though. I totally would do that.
Yeah.
When people come in, if I'm sitting there next to Gus and they try to shake my hand, I'm like, no, you got to get Gus.
Yes,
first. I do that all the time.
Same here.
Because that's part of just like it's ingrained in us,
Right. And I'm not saying it's like, okay, you need to know when every single black belt was promoted. No, but the damn head
The
instructor.
owner should get
You
that.
go see the head
respect.
instructor first.
Yeah.
Then everybody else, I don't really give a shit about.
And see, I don't know if that's still like something that's prevalent in no-gi schools. That's the thing
And
about
that's the
no-gi
thing.
that I
I
don't like
don't
so much.
know. I don't know
'Cause
that it is.
I think no-gi is more like, hey, what's up, coach? There's
Super
just
informal.
it's very informal. Yeah. So
You take the good, you
I
take
like
the
the
bad.
form.
you
Yeah, I
take
do
them
like the
both, and then you
formality.
have-
I think with what is it? With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle
no,
Ben.
But, I know it sounds so terrible. No, but see, what you say one time? You're like, we don't want to teach a bunch of knuckleheads how to kill people, right?
Absolutely.
So there needs to be some discipline
Yes.
that comes with that training, and I like kind of like infusing some of the.
I think that's the
old school-
important part of jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
that discipline, because the discipline carries itself off the mat usually.
Correct.
Or it should.
It should.
In the
It
best
should.
case scenario.
That's why it exists.
Yes. You learn to humble yourself and be disciplined on the mat. You with your kimono, you look a certain way, you act a certain way.
Yeah.
And hopefully that translates to you being a pretty decent person on the outside. And maybe not, man. Maybe you're just going to be an asshole. And if you guys want to just be assholes, you know, I can't stop you. But if it's important to you, you'll find a way. You'll find a way to take the traditions of jiu-jitsu, if you choose to stick with those traditions.
Facts.
And you'll make them good. You'll make them good things that just radiate throughout your entire life. If it's not important to you, then you won't give a shit, and you're just like, "Ah, man, what's up, coach? You want to fight?" You know, you'll do some, you'll do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
You'll just be all disrespectful. It is what it is.
Coming in late.
Yeah, coming in
Drunk.
late, drunk. Don't do the warm ups. All you purple belts.
Literally describing me 5 years ago.
Hey, look. I mean, it is what it is. We've grown.
I was a
out
horrible
of that.
student.
Nah, you were a great
terrible
student.
students.
You were fun.
It was fun. All right, you guys.
Anyway,
On that note, keep training, right?
absolutely keep training.
No gi, doesn't matter.
Do what
Crank
you
it
want.
up, dial it back. Just keep training. Stay on the mats.
I agree. And subscribe, and share this. And until next time, we'll holla at you. Us.